hashtag live, say your name, because sometimes with regards to the technology I use, sometimes it shows people's names, sometimes it doesn't. So say hi, share your name so I know you're here. That would be awesome. And let me know if you're liking this video that I'm doing for you. Then give me some thumbs up and give me some hearts so that I know this kind of content is of interest to you. If you're not enjoying it, then just completely ignore me and stop watching. That would be the best thing for you to do. But today I'm super excited to share with you how to sack vampire clients, and that is a key thing to enable you to have the accounting practice or the tax practice or the bookkeeping practice that you really, really want. When you have a practice that you really, really want, it gives you more joy, it gives you more freedom, and it gives you more time. And one of the biggest things that vampire clients do is suck the life out of you, take away your joy, take away your freedom, and take away your time. So that is why vampire clients need to be sacked. All right. So before we decide to sack a vampire client, there's a couple of things that we just need to do. Okay. The first thing is that we need to get super, super clear that we're allowed to sack vampire clients. So you need to check your letter of engagement, make sure that you haven't got any silly clauses in there that say that you can't get rid of a client. Make sure there aren't any clauses in there where you commit to working with them for a year and you're unable to cancel during that year. All right, just check your letter of engagement. That's the first thing that you have to do before you get rid of those vampire clients, okay? The second thing that I really, really want you to do, and this one might sting a little bit because this is about you, not the vampire client, just check in with your ego, okay? So what do I mean by this? Well, every now and again, someone annoys us and we lose our temper, and it's because they've pushed one of our buttons that we personally don't agree with. Okay, so it might not be about the business, it might be that they have upset you directly just because they've done a flyaway comment, or maybe they've acted in a way that doesn't fit with your values, but maybe your ego is a bit like, you've bruised my ego, I'm not very happy about it. So just check that it's not your ego that's bruised, and check that they are either really upsetting your team, affecting your team and getting your team to leave your business. Okay, check that they are actually either making you money or losing you money. So if you've got a vampire client and it's costing you to have that vampire client, then absolutely get rid of them. Okay, just double check that it's not your ego, and double check that absolutely it is 100% that they're a vampire client. Okay, right, next step. Once you've checked your letter of engagement, once you've checked your ego, the third step is send them an email. And in a moment, I am going to share an example email that you can send them that is very much about positioning you in control, that is polite, it's almost friendly, and it will make them go, oh, do you know what? This isn't about me. This is about the practice and where the practice is going in the direction of the practice. They don't take it personally, because I tell you something, people don't realize they're a pain in the neck. All right. These vampire clients that you have probably don't even know that they're acting in a vampire-ish way. Okay, so what we have to really do is keep professional at all times. And what will happen when you do this, they won't blame you, they won't get annoyed at you, they'll be disappointed maybe, but you won't leave the relationship with egg on your face. Okay, so that's the next thing that you have to do. But what we can't do is just rely on an email. We have to follow up with a phone call. Okay, so you're going to send that email, and then you've got the scary bit, because it's easy to send an email because there's no relationship there. There's no kind of emotion behind that. It's just send an email and press send. So we need to follow up with that phone call and go, hey, just checking you got the email, making sure that you're all sorted, anything that you need for your new accountants, anything like that, we're here to help. So whilst you're disengaging, you're still going to have to make sure they're okay. You can't just sack them and walk away and go, yay, I'm free. It's going to take a little bit of time to be free sometimes, okay? And then finally, you have to finish any projects that you're working on. You can't leave them hanging, because this will destroy your reputation. So you can't say to them halfway through a project, even if they really annoyed you, even if they're really sucking the life out of you, if you cannot move them over to another accounting firm to continue that project seamlessly, you're going to have to finish that project. So it might be that your letter of disengagement might mean that you have to give 6 months notice and you're just going to have to suck it up and go through it. Okay, so they're the steps to actually have the disengagement. They're the steps that you need to go through, and probably the most important one is your ego one. We all get annoyed by clients sometimes. They say something that winds us up. They don't know they've wound us up. It's affected us emotionally. Is that a good enough reason to get rid of a vampire client? Okay, so you just need to double check in with that one. But let me give you a sample email. Okay, so let me just... so we've got here, hard decision when vampire client is bringing in 25% of revenue. Absolutely, makes perfect sense. So what you need to do when you have a vampire client that is a quarter of your firm's income, you have to make a decision about whether or not you want to get them out of the practice. If that vampire client is literally ruining your life, how much money do you want to sell your soul to the devil for? Okay, so you have to make the decision. If that client is affecting you at work, if that client's affecting your team and making your team unhappy, if that client is affecting your family, because when you go home, you're in a horrible mood and you're snapping at the children and you're snapping at your wife, is it really worth the money? I know that we need money to pay our bills, but when you have marketing and sales in place, all right, and this is really important. When you have marketing and sales and you have a strategy in place, you don't care if you lose clients. You don't care if you get rid of the horrible ones, because you know that you have a pipeline of new leads coming in every single week. Okay, so some of your fear is around you don't know how to replace the money that your vampire client is paying you. So that's the first thing, is how do I replace that money? So don't focus on, oh my gosh, my vampire client, I have to stay with them forever because they pay all our bills. You then go, right, okay, this vampire client's driving me completely nuts. How do I make up that 25% revenue? Where can I maybe cut costs? Where can I maybe take a step back with my outgoings for a while personally, so that you don't have to take so much money out of the business? But this will enable you to then be able to actually sack the client confidently, because you're not reliant on that client. Okay, so no amount of money is worth selling your soul to the devil to. Okay, I get that, and I know it's a hard decision, but it becomes a really easy decision if you decide that your joy is more important than money, or that you can get clients to replace that vampire client. Okay, anyway, let me share with you this sample email. Ta-da! Okay, so sample email. Dear Bob, the vampire client. All right, so we start with Dear Bob. I wouldn't really put the vampire client in, but we all know that's exactly what they are. I am writing to inform you that as of date, we're unable to continue to offer you accounting services. Okay, ABC accountants are moving in a new direction. Okay, you're not really saying much. We're moving in a new direction. That new direction is away from your vampire clients. Okay, you don't have to say anything more than that. It's your business. You can do what you like with your business. Nobody can tell you how to run your business. Okay, apart from me, and where I'm telling you to sack your vampire clients. All right, so we're moving in a new direction. That's all you need to say. And this means we will no longer be able to serve some of our current clients in a way that is beneficial to them. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're not saying we're moving in a new direction and everything's going to be rosy for us as the accounting firm. We're saying we're looking to serve new clients, or we're looking to do things in a new way, but it's not going to be beneficial to you. It's actually going to be a negative for you because of the new direction. So they're not going to want to stay with you, because straight away you've framed, or let me do it a bit smaller, you framed the situation that by staying with you, it's a bad decision for your client. It's not about you sacking them, it's about this is really bad for your client, okay? Then I want you to do, we would highly recommend you get in touch with DEF accountants, or whatever they are, who should be able to help you in your accounting matters. Now, you've got a couple of options here. You know that this vampire client is a vampire client, so be careful that you don't refer them to your mate down the road that you really like. All right, you need to get a referral partner that, yes, that you like them, but they can take on the clients that you really cannot cope with. So don't refer them to your mate, because that's going to really ruin your relationship with your mate who's down the road. Okay, and then we say thank you for your business over the years, and we wish you the best of luck for the future. And then we say kind regards, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You can put your name in here. You don't have to put Buffy's name in, but As you are thinking about sending this email, I want you to understand that the moment you send it and the moment you disengage from vampire clients, the moment you can get more joy in your life, you can get more freedom in your life, and you can get your time back. I want you just to double check every single vampire client you have. How do they affect you? Do you take it home with you? Do you have a bad day with a bad client and go and snap your wife's head off or your husband's head off? Do you have a bad client and when the kids come in and they're like, hey daddy, hey mommy, how are you? And you're just like, I've had a horrible day, leave me alone, I just need to downtime. Okay? Are you like that? Or are you a little bit annoyed at your vampire client and they've said something that's hurt you? There's a big difference, okay? And if you are finding that your vampire clients are your highest paying clients, then work on that relationship, reframe the relationship with your client, tell them how you're feeling. Okay, here's a new one. How about having a conversation about how you're feeling? How about saying to them, listen, I really am finding it difficult to work with you because of X, Y, Z. I really am finding that whilst you are an amazing client on the books, emotionally, you are draining, you are this, you are that. You can actually be open with people and explain how you feel. It will be refreshing. I know that it's really hard to tell people how frustrated you are, but a problem shared is a problem halved. And if you share with your client how they're driving you freaking nuts, you might find that they go, oh my gosh, I am so sorry, I didn't realize. Most people don't know what they don't know. So if you haven't had conversations with them beforehand and you've literally woken up and gone, that's it, I've had enough, I'm going to send that email, you're doing you a disservice because you need the money, and you're doing them a disservice because you haven't given them the opportunity to actually rectify things. So you could put them on a warning. So you could say, listen, things are really bad. I'm not liking this. You're not showing up to calls. You're not getting stuff in on time. You know, if in the next 3 months things don't improve, then I would suggest that you go to a new accounting firm. At that point, they will either step up or step off. Okay, so it's really important that we make a point of understanding this whole relationship with your vampire client. All right, so let me just quickly show you again the email so that you can see it. Sample email, dear Bob, the vampire client. I'm writing to inform you that as of this date, we're unable to continue to offer you accounting services. ABC accountants are moving in a new direction. Like I said previously, moving in a new direction has nothing to do with them, what direction you're moving in. You don't have to say anything more than that. It's your business, not their business. It's none of their business, okay? It's all your business. And this means we'll no longer be able to serve some of our current clients, them, in a way that is beneficial to them. Okay, so you're framing it so it's all about them and making sure you're doing the right thing by them. We'd highly recommend you get in touch with DEF accountants. Don't refer them to your best mate. You'll upset your best mate. Okay, and who should be able to help you in your accounting matters. And then thank you for your business over the years, and we wish you the best of luck for the future. Kind regards, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There is no gushing. There is no explaining of things. There's no going into too much depth in this email. It's short, it's polite, it's emotionless, which is really key. It's emotionless and it is powerful. But remember, only send it when you are at the end of a relationship and you have an breakdown that you just can't reconcile. Okay, all right, I'll catch up with you soon. If you liked this video that I've gone through with you and you would like a copy of this email, comment below email and I will get a copy of it to you. Okay, save you having to write it out, and then you can have a sample copy of these disengagement emails. And if you liked this video, please share it with your accounting buddies. Okay, please like it, comment, let me know what you think. If you're live, hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. All right, I'll catch up with you all soon. And yeah, let me know how you go. And oh, life is amazing when you get rid of vampire clients. Just make sure they're real vampire clients and it's not your ego that is getting in the way. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.